Hello everyone, today I wanted to film the process of doing some little naturally dyed baby outfits that I'm going to be selling in my shop very soon. So this is the first batch that I did. It was some very loose leaf tea, which I put in this little, I don't know what you call this, like a tea strainer, I guess. So I just put, I don't remember how much water I put in, but a couple of cups of water in this little tub. Then I was just letting the tea steep for a little bit, and here I am getting a practice piece just because before I finish the outfits, or like put the outfits in, I want to make sure it's the colour that I'm going for. So I put that little bit in and stirred it around a little bit and waited for that to sort of sit in there for a little bit so I could get an idea of what the colour of the dye was going to be. So after a little while I added some of the loose leaf tea just in the water to give a bit more of a vibrant colour, and also took out the little test piece to see if it was an okay colour, and I was happy with it, so I got ready to add the little outfits into the dye. I had 3 outfits in this batch, so I just made sure they were all soaked in the dye, and so they were going to sort of get an even colour all throughout them. So after they were like this, I let them sit for like 20 or 30 minutes I think, just to see how they were going, and I checked on them. Here you can see a bit of a lighting change, but I just gave them a bit of a stir, made sure they were all still sitting in it, and I actually flipped them around as well a little bit to make sure they were all dyed. Here I am getting a bit more hot water that I just put in there so that I could leave them overnight to absorb the colour. After leaving them overnight, I got up in the morning and I rinsed them out. So the first thing I just did was sort of pick them up out of the dye and squeezed off some of the excess and put them into another tub, and then as you'll see here in a minute, I just go over to the sink and rinse them out with some cold water. It took me a couple minutes to rinse them out. I was trying to make the water run clear when I was squeezing them out, but I finally got there and I took them outside. This is sort of what they look like, and I hung them up to dry. The finished products will be in a different video later on. But after I did this, I went to the shop and I actually got a few more tea varieties to hopefully make a few different colours. So I got this one, and when I got home I decided I wanted to mix up a batch of this one. I think I boiled about 5 cups of water and I just poured it into my bucket with 2 of the blueberry tea bags, and I also added a couple others in later on, but I just filled up the bucket. Sorry, it's kind of cloudy because all the steam. I added a couple more tea bags like I said, and I just let that sit for about 20 minutes I think before I took the tea bags out, which I'm doing here. I just popped on some gloves and squeezed all the tea bags and then just threw them out, and then gave it a little bit of a mix to mix up all the colours, and then I was ready to put the outfits in this one. So this ended up being a little bit more brown than I was expecting, but I still think it's going to turn out okay. After putting all the outfits in and making sure they were all covered in the tea dye, I got the lid and put it on this container so that it could sit overnight. That is all I'm going to show in this video, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching and stay tuned for some more updates.